welcome back to Fly Networks. Today we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 Christmas movies. This list is made up of my favorite Christmas movies, so let me know if it's a movie missing off this list. It's so many Christmas movies that there's no way I could have picked every last single one. So yeah, if there's one missing, let me know. But before we get into the video, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all our videos. But without further ado, let's get right into it.
Number 10.
Kicking off the list is A Christmas Story. I know, this might be number 1 for a lot of people on their list, but on my list, this is number 10. And the reason why, I feel like this movie is a little bit overrated. Not to the extent that it's not a good movie, but it's just, I don't know, it's just never did it for me, you know what I'm saying? I guess I couldn't fully relate to the movie, and that's part of the reason why. But yeah, it's still a good movie, and it still got some great parts. It's just not the best Christmas movie to me, but it's definitely a top 10 Christmas movie in my opinion. But you know, like I said, some people might think I'm tripping, like, hey, how the hell this ain't number 1?
Number 9.
Coming in at number 9, Scrooged. This movie is a very funny movie in my opinion. Highly underrated. I don't think enough people talk about this movie. It's real old schooly, but it got like a nice little, I don't know, modern feel to it in some ways. And it kind of is a little rigid nowadays, like when you go back and watch it, but it's still pretty funny to me. I remember watching this growing up, and I always felt like this was like one of the best like Scrooge renditions in my opinion. So yeah, that's number 9.
Number 8.
Coming in at number 8, Just Friends. This might be a surprise to some people, as it is like one of my favorite Christmas movies. I know it's not like super Christmassy, but it's like Christmas themed, and it's just a hilarious movie, and I love it. Like this was one of the modern movies that just hit at a great time in my life and just always stuck with me, and I always find it hilarious and a great Christmas watch. It's not kid friendly, so don't try to watch it with your kids, but if you haven't watched it, check it out.
Number 7.
At number 7, This Christmas. This was a surprise to me. When I first seen it coming into theaters, I didn't think I would like it just because Chris Brown was in the movie, and at the time I wasn't a fan of Chris Brown. I was like a Chris Brown hater, you know what I'm saying? But as I went and seen the movie, I found myself surprisingly happy. Like, this is a real good movie. I feel like this is what modern soul food would have looked like in Christmas form. But you know, it had its different spins to it, but it just reminded me of soul food, and I used to love that movie back in the day. So watching this Christmas version of that always put like a, you know, warm spot in my heart.
Number 6.
Coming in at number 6, Jingle All the Way. This movie is hilarious, and it still holds up to this day. Everybody as a parent knows like how hard it is to find that one toy for your kid, and this movie just really captured it in a like super outgoing way, because this is like super over the top. But I really love the chemistry between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. They are like hilarious together, and I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger don't get enough credit. He did a great job in this movie. I know his language ain't all the way there, but it's a great movie.
Number 5.
Coming in at number 5, The Grinch. Well, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Man, Jim Carrey really knocked it out the park. Like, I used to love the original, you know, cartoon version by Dr. Seuss, but once Jim Carrey like took on the character and really embodied the Grinch character, I just fell in love with this character. Like, this definitive, like everybody knows this is the definitive version of the Grinch. Like, the cartoon was really well, but it didn't have the personality and spunk as the Jim Carrey Grinch, and I think we all can agree on that. This is definitely like a must watch going into the Christmas season or holiday season.
Number 4.
Coming in at 4, The Santa Claus. You cannot have a Christmas movie list without having Santa Claus on here with Tim Allen. I personally feel like Tim Allen Santa Claus is the definitive. Like, watching this growing up, I thought he was really Santa Claus. Like, I felt like this is the real story of how Santa Claus comes about, how it keep getting transferred over and over. You know, somebody else take on the mantle, and the way they did everything just made me believe in Santa Claus when I was a kid. Like, wow, this is how it really goes. Like, this gotta be how it is. All the adorable elves and everything, man. This movie was so dope.
Number 3.
You knew Home Alone was in the top 3. You just was trying to decide which one. And I like 1, 2, and 3 actually, but 1 and 2 are really close. 3 is not as good as 1 and 2 in my opinion, but it all came down to which one I like more. And I actually like number 1 more than 2. I feel like 2 just recycled a lot of stuff from number 1, but I just love the originality of number 1 more than 2. I mean, it was so original, so fresh, so much fun, and the gags was a lot funnier in my opinion. And you know, it wasn't no guess if Home Alone was gonna be on this list.
Number 2.
Now this one really might be a surprise to you guys, but Trading Places is number 2 to me because it is definitely a Christmas movie. I usually only watch it in the winter time. I know it's not like hugely based off of like gifts and all that stuff, and the storyline is totally different, but it's like I said, it's snow. Some people are dressed like Santa Claus in this movie. That's good enough for me. It's got a great storyline. If you haven't watched this movie, you definitely need to check it out. And yeah, that's number 2.
Number 1.
Family Man is one of my favorite movies of the holiday season, man. This movie is so freaking good. Got a great storyline, great acting. This is just a all-around great movie. On top of that, it's a holiday movie. And yeah, it got Christmas and all that good stuff, but it's really the story that do it for me. So if you haven't checked this movie out, you definitely need to, man. This should definitely be in anybody's or everybody's top 10. So yeah, Family Man at number 1 for me. So there you have it, my top 10 Christmas movies. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If it's a movie I'm missing, put your top 10 down there. Maybe it's a little bit different than mine, but I'm curious to see what y'all think. And like I said before, like and subscribe to the video and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all our videos. But without further ado, I'll catch you on the next video. God bless and peace.